Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit. Man sentenced for attacking black neighbor's Michigan home. Mount Clemens, Michigan. A white neighbor who shot at a black family's Michigan home, slashed tires on a vehicle, and wrote racist graffiti on a pickup truck, told a judge that he did it because of a Black Lives Matter sign in the window. Michael Frederick Jr. said during his sentencing in Macomb County Circuit Court that his actions weren't an attack on Eddie and Candace Hall personally. I targeted these people because I didn't like their political sign that they had in the window, he said. I think you guys are some real great people and didn't deserve this at all. Frederick, 25, was sentenced to 4 to 10 years in prison. According to the Macomb Daily of Mount Clemens, shots were fired in September at the Hall's home in Warren, Michigan, which borders Detroit. 2 days later, a swastika sign was painted on one of their vehicles. Tires were slashed, and a large stone was thrown through their front window. Someone also had written, "Terrorist Black Lives Matter, not welcome," and a phrase containing an expletive on their pickup. The following day, a bullet was fired through the Hall's front window. Frederick was soon arrested. He pleaded no contest in July to ethnic intimidation, discharging a firearm at a building, using a firearm during a felony, and malicious destruction of property, the newspaper reported. The attacks came at a time of mounting anxiety and anger among many black residents amid protests against police brutality. I'm not angry. I'm not. I'm forgiving, Candace Hall, 55, at Frederick's sentencing said. You're a good kid and have a chance. You made a bad choice, and we understand that. We have children ourselves. We're not hateful people. We're Christians. With so much of the bad that happened, so much good came out of this, because even though it was an evil, hateful act, it actually brought us, the neighborhood, together with love and comfort and compassion, even including his parents, she added, Candace Hall said. Judge Diane Druzinski told the Halls that she was in awe of their strength, wisdom, and forgiveness. I wish I was as good as people, or as good of people as you, Druzinski said. Frederick also pleaded no contest to malicious destruction of property after vandalizing the home of a white homeowner where a sign for then presidential candidate Joe Biden was displayed. A no contest plea is not an admission of guilt, but is used as such at sentencing. All right, family, so we have a white male who received between 4 and 10 years in prison for these malicious acts as they're described. Actually, family, what we're looking here is at a whitewashed, white privileged protocol for the incarceration of this, what is his name? Michael Frederick Jr. Michael Frederick Jr. is a terrorist. He caused significant terroristic damage and psychological trauma to his neighbors with firearms, shooting in their home, throwing bricks through their home, causing damage to their personal property in their neighborhood at their home. That is terrorism. And nowhere in the article or in any of the legal statements was the word terrorist used. And that's exactly the actions of this person. And for all of the outlined felonies that were posed in this article, he's only up for 4 to 10 years in prison. And each one of those actions actually should carry up to its own sentence of 4 years. And one poignant and significant fact as it pertains to the black victims in the story. Once again, there's a theme of forgiveness of the terroristic acts imposed upon them. Forgiving the perpetrator of the actions that cause disharmony, disenfranchisement, and discomfort in their home and neighborhood, which in essence gives license to other actors of these terroristic techniques to continue their tirades. And then for the judge herself to be amazed that the victims of this trauma would offer their forgiveness lets you know in our society that even the arbiters of the legal system, they would not offer forgiveness. She was amazed. She was in awe that these people could do this after all of the actions imposed against them. And I think that is a residual effect of Stockholm Syndrome, or the Willie Lynch technique imposed upon Black Americans in this country, where we will offer favor and forgiveness to people who do outright overt harm to us, physically, mentally, spiritually, and psychologically. And so, with that permission, that may have lended to the lesser charge of years in prison for this terroristic demon who also tormented people of his own ethnicity because of an alternate political view. So family, we have to begin to learn all people do make mistakes. You can forgive the mistake, but never forget it. And with the history of these same terroristic actions all throughout America, it is time that we get to the point where there is no more forgiveness, but retribution. We shall return and we shall continue with the spiritual examination of our carnal existence here on this continent of confusion called the United States of America. Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit.